Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where we are always striving to find the most obscure answers. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Nikki. This is Salma. We are housemates from South London.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Luke. This is my dad, Mickey, and we're from Essex.
Couple number three.
Hi, my name is Trish, and this is Derek, my housemate, and we're from Cwmbran.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, my name's Sarah. This is my husband, Stephen, and we're from Bathgate, West Lothian.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks, all of you. We'll find out more about you throughout the show as it goes along. So that just leaves one more person for me to introduce. You know those annoying sidekicks who chip in with witty remarks and generally pull focus from the real star? Yeah, he hates them too. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hi, everybody. Afternoon.
And to you, afternoon.
How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
Round two today.
Oh, yeah.
I pulled out all the stops. We'll get through round one. Let's get it done. But round two, very, very happy with. Very. Okay. I just think sometimes there are things we don't cover on this show. I thought it was about time we did.
OK. Very good indeed. Thanks, Richard. Well, now, all our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show. Our contestants here need to find the obscure answers those 100 people didn't get. Of course, everyone's trying to find a pointless answer. This is an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, Jamie and Ryan didn't win the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £9,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, in this round, I'll take an answer from each of you, but there is to be no conferring. And whichever pair has the highest score at the end of the round will be heading home. So, our first category today is politics. So we'll just race through this one. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many prime ministers or presidents born in the 20th century as they could. Prime ministers or presidents born in the 20th century, Richard?
Simply looking for the name of anyone born after 1900 who went on to become the Prime Minister of the UK or the President of the United States. Very, very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Salma and Nikki, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going to go first. Nikki, welcome back to the show. Remind us what you do.
I work in the art department for TV commercials.
Good. And how long have you done that for?
I've been freelance for about a year, but about 3 years.
So how many commercials have you done, would you say?
About 20.
Wow, good going. And they just sort of breed, presumably, those sorts of jobs.
Yeah, they're quick turnaround, so you do a few days and then you're out.
Good-o. Now, what are you going to go for? Is this good for you as a category?
This would be the worst category I could have had. So I may be joining the 200 club.
Well, don't get too despondent. I mean, essentially, you've just got to name a president or a prime minister.
Yes, I'm going to go for Winston Churchill.
A little-known prime minister. Winston Churchill, says
I'm
Nikki.
playing safe on this one.
OK, fair enough. Let's see if Winston Churchill's right, shall we? And if it is, let's see how many people said Winston Churchill. Ooh, not so safe as you thought there, Nikki, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Scores you the maximum of 100 points.
Yes, I'll go so far as to say unsafe, that as an answer. Yeah, he was born in 1874, Winston Churchill.
Thank you very much. Now, Luke.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. What do you do, Luke?
I work for a law firm in the city as a revenue controller.
And in your spare time, what do you like to do?
At the moment, started playing golf. Love going to the cinema, socialising with my friends and stuff, so pretty much the usual laddish stuff.
Now, whose idea was it to come on the show?
My 13-year-old sister, to be honest with you. We watch it together constantly, but it was my sister that printed out the application forms.
Well, she nominated the pair of you to come up.
Basically, we didn't have the guts to basically pick up the forms and start going through it and everything, so she was like, no, come on. Used to, you know, compete against each other regularly, so, you know, put your... For once be on the same team. Exactly.
What's she called, your sister?
Emily.
Emily? Will she be watching?
She certainly will be, yes.
Hello, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
And in 5 years' time, Emily can come on herself.
Yeah.
See if she can do better.
She certainly will do better than us, anyway.
Well, we'll see. What do you make of this as a round, Luke?
Not great, not fantastic. This might be safe as well. I'm going to go for Jimmy Carter.
Like you're used to the word as well. Jimmy Carter, says Luke. Jimmy Carter. Shall we see if that's right? And if it is, let's see how many people said Jimmy Carter. Absolutely right, Luke. 21. Good score.
Yeah, he was born in 1924, Jimmy Carter. He's had the longest ever career of a post-president. He's been an ex-president for 33 years. No one's ever done that before.
Good stuff. Now, Trish, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Great to have you here. What do you do, Trish?
I'm retired now. I retired last year.
What did you do?
I worked for a bank.
How nice to be retired, though. You're
very
enjoying
nice to be retired.
And how are you filling your time?
Swimming, reading, walking my new puppy.
Oh, a new puppy?
Yes.
What sort of puppy is it?
She's a cross between a Shih Tzu and a Bichon Frise.
Is that called... Does that have a name? Have they put together a little...
oh, it's a Shishon, apparently.
A Shishon?
A Shishon, yeah.
I imagine you could make all sorts of interesting words out of those.
But
But yeah, we went for Shishon, which is good. We're happy with that. So hang on, so how do you and Derek know each other? You're housemates?
Well, we are housemates now, but we were married in 1973. I've known him for over 40 years. But I divorced him in 92. And I went on to remarry, and that didn't work out either, so I'm looking for husband number 3. But Derek offered me a home when I was actually out of a home, so I took him up on it, and we're the best of friends.
Good. How lovely. That's a great story. Well, Trish, how is your history? Well, I don't know, do we call this here? Obviously, his history, I suppose. Political history.
Not bad.
Do you think you've got a good low-scoring answer? Our lowest score so far, 21, not bad.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can beat that, but I think for American president, I would go for John F. Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy, says Trish. John F. Kennedy. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said that. Well, it's right. 27. Not bad at all. Not bad at all, Trish.
Yeah, elected to office at 43. He's born in 1917, JFK.
Thanks very much indeed. Now, Sarah.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. Great to have you here. What do you do, Sarah?
I'm a civil servant.
And in your spare time, Sarah, what do you do?
Well, as a couple, we like to go out to nice restaurants. I like to draw. I do fashion sketches of people's wedding dresses as keepsakes. Or special outfits. So.
Good stuff. Well, what are you going to go for?
2 of mine have gone, so going to go for... I can't think how old he was when he became president. I'll go for Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon, says Sarah. Richard Nixon. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many people said it. Absolutely right. 22. 22 for Richard Nixon.
Yeah, born before JFK but became president after JFK. He funded his first ever political campaign with poker winnings. He's a very good gambler, Richard Nixon. Won a lot of money during the war, playing cards, and used it to fund his first political campaign.
Interesting. Thanks very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. 21, the best score of that round, Luke. Very well done to you with Jimmy Carter there. Then up to 22, Richard Nixon. Up to 27, Trish and Derek, all nice and closely grouped. And then, I'm afraid, Nikki and Salma up to 100, where we find you. So we need, at the very least, a low score from you, Salma, in the next pass. Let's hope it's enough to keep you in the game. Best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, so remember, we are looking for any UK Prime Minister or US President born in the 20th century. Stephen, welcome to the show. What do you do?
I'm an estimating manager.
An estimating manager?
Yeah.
For what?
It's heating, ventilation and electrical works. It's commercial, schools, colleges, things like that.
Big estimates, in that case.
Yes.
Now, Stephen and Sarah, how did you meet?
I met Sarah on the 26th of December, Boxing Day, and Sarah was on a pool table dancing when I walked into a pub. And we've been together ever since.
Did you join her on top of the pool table?
I came down off the pool table.
I was going to say, because that would wreak havoc on the felt there. It'd be terrible. Well, now, Stephen, what are you going to go for?
I'm going to play it kind of safe and go for Gordon Brown.
Gordon Brown, says Stephen. Gordon Brown, you're on 22. The high scorers are on 100, so 77 or less will see you through. Let's see. There's your red line. Let's see how far down the column Gordon Brown can get you. He's right. And you're through. 36. 36 takes your total up to 58.
Yeah, that's all you had to do. He's born in 1951, Gordon Brown.
Derek. Derek, welcome to Pointless. What do you do, Derek?
I'm retired as well.
What did you do?
I'm a hotel night porter for 12 years.
And what do you do now, Derek?
Well, mostly dog walking, cinema, annoying the grandchildren, things like that.
How many grandchildren have you got?
7.
7. And do they rile easily?
Oh, they love their grandfather.
Oh,
Not this one, the other one.
Oh, really? Derek, what are you going to go for?
I'm going to play a bit safe and say John Major.
Well, you want to be scoring 72 with John Major to keep yourselves in the game. There's your red line, quite nice and high. Let's see if you can get below that with John Major. Is right. And you're through. 60 for John Major. 87, your total. Very well done.
Yeah, born in 1943, John Major.
Thanks very much. Now then, Mickey. Hello. Mickey, welcome to the show. What do you do, Mickey?
I'm a builder.
A builder?
Multi-trade.
Tell me what multi-trade means.
I can do various trades.
That's a kind of builder, though, is it? A multi-trade?
Yeah, plastering, bricklaying, roofing.
You got it all covered.
When you get to my age, you learn everything.
Well, listen, Mickey, Luke scored 21, the lowest score of the round so far.
I'll go for Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan. Yeah. Well, you want to score 78 or less with that. 78 or less for Ronald Reagan. There's your red line. Let's see. Is Ronald Reagan right? How many people said it? Absolutely right. And you are through. 33 is your total. 33 is your score. 54 is your total.
Ronald Reagan, born in 1911. Yeah, well played, everyone, actually, in this round. Gone for solid answers, all you needed to do.
Oh, Salma, I'm sorry. You are the high scorers, even before you've given your answer. Oh. Have you got a good answer, though? You've had a lot of time to think, or have you had all your answers stolen?
My safe answer was just stolen.
Yeah, Nikki's safe answer scored 100 points, so don't worry about that.
It wasn't a safe
answer. And there's a couple of obscure ones that I could...
Do you want to talk us through them all?
...and pull out. I don't want to say anything stupid. So I was going to take a punt on one, but I might just... I'll just say anything. So let's say Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher, you're going to go for. Margaret Thatcher, no red line for you as you were already the high scorers. But let's see if anyone said Margaret Thatcher. Well, it's right. 78, there you go. There's your answer, 178, your total.
If you had to go for risk, Salma, what would you have gone for?
I'm scared of saying it in case I make a fool of myself, so I'm just not going to say it. But if any of the answers come up, I'll be quietly pleased.
OK, if I say anything I say at any point, just go, yep.
OK, yeah, that was
Just put your hand up and say, yep. There's no pointless answers, as you can imagine. There's not a huge amount of answers out there, but there's a few low ones. Let's take a look at them. The first British Prime Minister born in the 20th century was Alec Douglas Hume, and he would have scored you 3 points. And then 2 Americans. Gerald Ford would have scored you 9, and Lyndon B. Johnson would have scored you 10. The first American president to be born in the 20th century was JFK, funnily enough, although plenty of people were born before him. Barack Obama would have scored you 54. Bill Clinton would have scored you 55, scoring more than Barack. The younger George Bush, 57. Let's take a look at the top 3. We've heard a couple of them. David Cameron would have scored you 65 points. Would have been a big old score. Margaret Thatcher would have scored you 78. And right at the top, Tony Blair with 81.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our first round, the pair heading home, I'm afraid, with a high score of 178. It's Salma and Nikki. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Quite often is our only returning pair, you see. I thought statistically you were set to go all the way today.
It's
just bad luck.
But I'm afraid it wasn't to be. Winston Churchill.
If I'd have gone in the second, I think I would have. I think I got the dates in my head a bit confused with that.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you drew the first podium for the second time. Anyway, it's been great having you on the show, albeit briefly, but thanks so much for playing, Salma and Nikki. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. So now just 3 pairs remain. Obviously, at the end of this round, we'll have to say goodbye to another pair. I wonder who that's going to be. Luke and Mickey did very, very well. Lovely low scores there. Yeah, Jimmy Carter, great score.
Yeah.
And look, you've seen off our only returning pair. You are all brand new to this now. No one's been in round 2 before. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category is dairy products. Oh, it's sounding good, Richard. Dairy products. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns cheeses of the world. Cheeses of the world.
Who doesn't want a round on that, right? Yeah, on each board, we're going to show you 6 different cheeses. We need you to tell us the country in which it was originally made, or with which it's most commonly associated, please. There's going to be 12 cheeses in all, 12 countries to guess at home. Very, very best of luck. And I hope the excitement isn't too much for you. Just... let's breathe deeply, all of us, just at the beginning. And then we'll get through it.
Thanks very much indeed. So, we are looking for the countries from which these cheeses originated. And here is our first cheese board. Brie, Rabassal, Manchego, Jarlsberg, Gorgonzola and Asadero. I'll read those one final time. Brie, Rabassal, Manchego, Jarlsberg, Gorgonzola and Asadero. There we are, 6 cheeses. Oh, I'm really hungry now. Now then, Mickey.
Dear, oh dear.
Yeah, it's not the kindest cheese board, is it? For heaven's sake.
I don't even eat them with my sandwiches going to work.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to cheddar?
What are you going to go for?
Asadero. Spain.
Asadero, Spain, says Mickey. Asadero, Spain. Who knows? Let's find out. Asadero, is it from Spain? If it is, how many people knew that? No, it's not from Spain, I'm afraid, Mickey, which means you scored the maximum of 100 points.
It's not a shock.
Sorry, Mickey. What do you think Emily's saying at home right now?
Terrible.
She's turned the telly off by now.
Don't turn off. Don't turn off.
She'll be sitting there surrounded by Asadero. It's all they eat now.
Yeah, go on.
This is delicious. Why have we never heard of this before? Now, Derek.
Not a good question for me either, I'm afraid. I know one which is very high, I should imagine. But I know that Zola played for Italy, so I'm going to go with Gordon to go with Zola, Italy.
OK, Gorgonzola, Italy, says Derek. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said Gorgonzola for Italy. 63. It's a high score, but it's better than 100. Italy.
Yes, named after a town just outside Milan. And you got it because of Gianfranco Zola, did you? Well, there's different ways to getting answers, aren't there, on this show?
There we are. Thanks very much indeed. Now then, Sarah, you're the last person to have this board.
I like cheese.
So do I. I thought I was going to know lots of these.
I'd rather have cheese in a pudding, so...
Yes.
I knew a few.
Oh, I always love my favourite. The best thing about cheese in a restaurant is when they bring that trolley with all the cheeses on, and they get there's a big dome like that, and they cut it all, and then you think that you choose all the ones you want, and then they take it away.
Yeah.
And they bring it back about 20 minutes later. Don't know what happens in that ensuing 20 minutes. Actually, yes, I do. They just go. Anyway, what are you going to go for? I really am starving now. My mouth is watering.
I'm going to go for Manchego, Spain.
Manchego, Spain, says Sarah. Manchego, Spain. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. It's right. Very well done. Oh, look at that. Very good score indeed. 22 for Manchego.
Well played, Sarah. Yeah, it comes from La Mancha, traditionally made with sheep's milk. Now, Asadero, Mickey, you're not a million miles away with Spain. It's Mexico. Mexico. Would have been a very good scorer, though. 3 points for that. Brie?
France.
France, yeah, big scorer, though. What scored you? 94. Do you know Jarlsberg?
I would say Switzerland, but it's probably not, is it?
It's Norway. Norway,
really?
funnily enough, yeah, 12 points. And Rabassal is the best answer on the board, and that is from Portugal. Portugal, 2 points. Well done if you said that.
There you go. Do you know anything about Rabassal?
Yeah, it's a ewe and goat's milk cheese. By ewe, I mean E-W-E, not you.
Yeah. Oh, God, for a minute I was worried there.
No one's buying that, my friend.
Thanks very much indeed. Let's take a look at those scores. We're halfway through the round. 22, the best score of that pass. Sarah, very well done indeed. Then up to 63, where we find Derek and Trish. And then up to 100, where we find Mickey and Luke. But Luke, luckily, Luke, the king of cheese, will be able to find... If anyone can find a low-scoring answer, it is you, my friend. Best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, let's put 6 more cheeses on the board, and here they are. We have got Haza Kaiser, Monterey Jack, Gouda, Balaton, Emmental, and Havarti. I'll read those one last time. Harzer Kaiser, Monterey Jack, Gouda, Balaton, Emmental, and Havarti. There we are. 6 more cheeses. Now, remember, we're looking for the countries from which these cheeses come. Now, Stephen.
Yes.
It's all looking pretty good for Stephen and Sarah right now. 22.
Not for where I'm standing.
Well, listen, you are 78 points behind our high scorers, but a score of 77 or less will see you through to the head-to-head.
I've had some of these cheeses. Where they come from is a bit of a mystery, I'd have to say.
No, they come from the trolley.
I'm going to be guessing and go for Emmental and say Holland.
Emmental, Holland. Emmental, Holland, says Stephen. Here's your red line. If you get below that red line, you are through to the next round. Let's see if Holland's right for Emmental. Oh, bad luck. Bad luck. Emmental, not from Holland, as it turns out, I'm afraid, which scores you the maximum of 100 points. Takes your total up to 122.
This cheese round is causing more trouble than I thought it was going to cause. I'll be honest with you. I like a pudding more than I like cheese, if I'm honest.
If I'm honest, I do, but if I'm good...
I think cheese is worse for you, isn't it?
I don't know, I sort of think it's savoury. I think sweet things are probably... They're not worse for you. I mean, if it's anything that makes you happy, it's got to be good for you, hasn't it? Right? That's how it works.
Am I right? Yeah. Oh, that's true, yes. That's what all nutritionists would tell you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So long as it makes you happy, it's good for you.
I think what I like is pudding and cheese.
Yeah, if I'm honest, that's what I like. Forget starter. We always call a starter talking of round one, we call a starter a Jimmy. For a Jimmy Carter, is anyone having a Jimmy?
That's good.
Just I thought I'd let you know that.
Yeah, and I always go for a Cuba. Cuba Gooding, go for a pudding. And then I have my Cuba before my John as well.
Your John Cleese?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks very much indeed. Anyway, sorry, where were we? Now, Trish, we come to you. Trish, cheese. Do you like cheese?
I love cheese, yes. Gouda, I think, is from Holland.
Gouda from Holland, says Trish. Well, you only need to score 58 or less to stay in the game. Here's your red line. Get below that, you're in the next round. Let's see if Gouda is from Holland. How many people said it? Absolutely right. Oh, 67. 67 for Holland. Takes your total up to 130. You are, by a tiny margin, our new high scorers.
Yeah, big look of relief there from Stephen, because Sarah's answer really helped him out there. Yeah, it's from Holland. Still may see you through that. Originally made in the town of Gouda in the Netherlands.
Thanks very much indeed. Now, Luke. Now, this is exciting. This is exciting. Who knew that cheese was going to be...
Yeah, I really don't like cheese.
Yeah, right. You don't like cheese.
Now.
OK, well, listen, you have to score 29 or less with your answer. Otherwise, it's goodbye. Right. Talk us through the cheese board.
Yeah, I was afraid you were going to say that. Haza Kaiser? Sounds like a character from... I'd say that maybe... I'm not going to go for it. I'll just go for the board Germany, maybe. Monterey Jack, I'm pretty sure I've had in America, maybe, but... They probably sell all those cheeses in America. Emmental, maybe Swiss, Havarti. No idea.
It's a blooming hard board, that, I have to say. Yeah.
So, hopefully I might have answered one of them correctly. I'll go... is that going to be high, though? I'll go Emmental, Switzerland.
Switzerland, says Luke, for Emmental. OK, here comes your red line. If you can get below that with Switzerland, you're in the head-to-head. It's quite a long way down. Let's find out. Switzerland, is that right? And if it is, how many people said it? It is right. Oh, no, bad luck. 45. 29 you needed, 45 you got. Takes your total up to 145. I'm sorry, Luke.
Unlucky, Luke, named after the Emmental Valley in Switzerland, where it was first made. Let's take a look at the other answers you gave. You said the USA for Monterey Jack. That would have been right, but would have scored you too many points as well. Would have scored you 41. For Harzer Kaiser, you said Germany. It is Germany, and it would have scored you 14 points as well. It's unlucky. It's also the character Kevin Spacey played in Usual Suspects.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Balaton is named after Lake Balaton, which is in Hungary. Would have scored you 3 points. And Havarti is... Would you guess for Havarti? It's almost impossible, I would say. It is from Denmark. And if you said that, you just got yourself a pointless answer, so very well done.
Thank you very much indeed. So at the end of our second round, I'm afraid it's Luke and Mickey we're sending on their way with their high score of 145. I mean, Emmental, not a bad score. I mean, actually, you were the second lowest score of the whole round with Emmental. I'm afraid it was Azadero and Spain. Did you know any of the others, though, Mickey?
If I'd have thought about the Italian one, I probably would have got it. Zola. That was a mistake.
Ah, well.
Never mind.
Ah, well, never mind. You'll learn from that mistake, and next time I'm sure you'll go much, much further. Meantime, thanks very much for playing. Luke and Mickey.
Thanks very much.
But for the remaining two pairs, it's time for our head-to-head. Congratulations, Stephen and Sarah, Derek and Trish. You're now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £9,000. Now, we have to decide who's going to play for that money. And to do that, you're now going to go head-to-head. The big difference is you're now allowed to confer. The first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that £9,000 jackpot. Well, neither of you have been here before. You both played very well, very solidly. Stephen, we had one misstep with you, which was Emmental coming from Holland, which we know. But you're a pudding eater. You can be forgiven. You can be forgiven. And from here on in, you can chat with Sarah before you submit any answers. Derek and Trish, very, very well played. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns Mickey and friends. Mickey and friends. Richard.
We're about to show you 5 pictures now of Mickey Mouse posing with various people. We need you to tell us who he's posing with, please. Best of luck.
Thanks very much indeed. So let's reveal our 5 photos of Mickey and anonymous celebrities, and here they are. A. B. C. D. And E. There they are. Anonymous for now, I should say, not for much longer. Sarah and Stephen, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first.
We think we know 4 of them. But I think we're going to go for E, which is Davis Love the Third.
E, Davis Love the Third. Davis Love the Third. Derek and Trish, can you talk us through the rest of the board? You can talk. You can say them out loud if you like. Just talk us through them.
We don't know. The only one we know is B.
Is Cilla Black.
You're going to say Cilla Black for B. So we have Davis Love the Third from Sarah and Stephen. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. It's right. Wow, look at that, 2. 2 for Davis Love the Third. Cracking answer. Now, Derek and Trish, you've gone for Cilla Black. There she is, Cilla Black. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's absolutely... Ooh, look at that. Didn't even get to the right of absolutely right. 87. That scores you, which means a pretty comprehensive victory on that question for Stephen and Sarah. Very well done. You're up 1-0 after one question.
I have to doff my cap there to Stephen. Davis Love is a terrific answer. Very well played. Now, A is Hugh Jackman. Would have scored you 20 points. C would have beaten Davis Love III, actually. It's the Mayor of New York, Michael Bloomberg. Would have scored you 1 point.
I wouldn't say he's looking the happiest I've ever seen anyone look with
Yeah,
Mickey.
that's because he's standing next to Michael Bloomberg. And D is Marilyn Manson. Looks even more delighted. 30 points for him.
Thanks very much indeed. OK, here comes your second question. Derek and Trish, you get to answer this one first, but you have to win it to stay in the game. Best of luck. It concerns songs by George Michael. Songs by George Michael, Richard.
Yes, 5 anagrams now of George Michael songs. Can you unscramble them and give us the most obscure?
OK, let's reveal our 5 anagrams of songs by George Michael, and here they are. R, fit, loves fat, replaces swisher, just hide colas, and tedious. I'll read those all one last time. R, fit, loves fat, replaces swisher, just hide colas, and tedious. Derek and Trish, you go first this time.
The only one. Yeah.
Yeah, Faith. Yeah, the only one that we know is Faith, the top one.
You're going to say Faith for the top one, Faith. Sarah and Stephen, can you talk us through the others?
I know the replaces Swisher. I think that's Careless Whisper. Just how... I'm not sure about the other ones.
Careless Whisper.
So we'll have to go for Careless Whisper. Replaces.
OK, Careless Whisper, say Sarah and Stephen. So, Faith versus Careless Whisper. Derek and Trish said Faith. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Faith. It's right. 48. 48 for Faith. Stephen and Sarah have gone for Careless Whisper. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said that. It's right. Now, if this beats 48, you go straight through to the final. And it does. Look at that. Down it goes to 40. Close. Very well done, Stephen and Sarah. That means after only 2 questions, you're through to the final 2-0.
Very well played. Those are the 2 biggest answers out there. Let's go through the others in order of size. Loves fat is Fast Love. Would have scored you 10. Tedious. You might not know the song, but you might be able to work out an anagram of tedious is Outside.
Oh.
Would have scored you 6 points. Now, this last one is a pointless answer. Just hide colas.
Well, it's, yeah, Jesus as child. No, it can't be. Jesus
to a child.
Jesus to a child. That's right.
Very, very well done if you got that at home. That's a terrific one.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, I'm afraid it's Derek and Trish. Well, 2 correct answers there, but they were big scorers. I mean, the Faith and Careless Whisper were pretty close there, but yeah, I'm afraid Davis Love III really comprehensively beat Cilla Black, as I imagine he would on the golf course. Oh no, I imagine she's probably a brilliant golfer.
Yeah, she's probably all right, and with handicaps as well. You never know. Yeah. Either way, we should make that happen.
Let's make that happen.
Davis Love III and Cilla Black I.
Anyway, we will see you again next time, Derek and Trish. We'll look forward to that very much indeed. Meantime, thanks very much for playing, Derek and Trish. But for Sarah and Stephen, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Stephen and Sarah. You've seen off all the competition and you've won our coveted pointless trophy, so very, very well done. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at a magnificent £9,000. There we are. Well, you've done very well. First appearance on Pointless, only appearance, I'm sorry to say, on Pointless. But we've thrown politics at you, we've thrown cheese at you. Davis Love III, Stephen.
Yes.
Hats off. And that's very impressive indeed. Do you play golf yourself?
I do play golf, yes. So.
What do you play off?
Play off a 4 at the moment. So.
What, a 4?
Yeah. So.
Cool, you're brilliant. Have you played forever and ever and ever? Or have you...
Played since I was 7, yeah, so it seems like forever and ever.
See, in Scotland, playing off 4 is like an English person playing off about 30. And that's very impressive.
And have you played all the great courses up there?
Yeah, I've played St Andrews, Turnberry, Carnoustie.
That's the interesting thing about golf, isn't it? Most sports that you like, you can't. If you're a snooker fan, you can't go and play at the Crucible. And if you're a football fan, you can't go and play at Wembley. But if you're a golfer, there's all sorts of courses you can go and pay for and play on the most extraordinary places where the greatest tournaments are held.
Anyway, as always, this round is kicked off by you choosing your category. They haven't been brilliant, the choices we've been offering lately. I'm just going to warn you now. But there are subcategories within them, so do remember that. There might be something there. Best of luck. Here are the 4 options for you. Madrid, children's films, easy listening music, sporting achievements.
It's between children's films or
sporting achievements. As we watch a lot of children's films, as a 6-year-old son, so...
What do you think? I'm rubbish at children's films.
Go for sporting achievements then.
I love the code. I'm rubbish at children's films. I am going to be quite good on sporting achievements. You're going to go for sporting achievements. OK. Richard.
OK, I'm going to give you your 3 choices now. Take your answers from any of these, and they're very different as well. We are looking for any professional boxer who's beaten Muhammad Ali in a professional bout. We are looking for any woman who's won a career Grand Slam in tennis, which is all the 4 different Grand Slam titles at any point in her career. Or we are looking for any golfer who's won the US PGA Championship. So any conqueror of Muhammad Ali in a professional bout, any woman who has a career Grand Slam in tennis, or any golfer who has won the US PGA Championship from 1958, when it became a stroke play championship. Very, very best of luck, guys.
Very exciting. There's 9 grand at stake here. As always, you've got a minute to come up with 3 answers, and to win that jackpot of £9,000, only one of those answers has to be pointless. Now, remember, the answers you give can come from any of these 3 categories. It can be all 3 from one category, 1 from each. It's entirely up to you. Are you ready?
We are,
As we'll ever be.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Women who've won the Grand Slam, that's Doris Hart.
Doris.
Speak up.
Doris Hart, the Grand Slam winner.
PGA Championship.
Sean McKeel won that. You've got... Hogan, I think, did win it, yeah. You've got... I think it's Jai Lang. He won it against Tiger Woods not that long ago. You've got Payne Stewart.
I've run out.
Rory McIlroy won it.
Who are we going to go for?
The Grand Slam.
Right, Doris Hart for Grand Slam.
Sean McKeel.
Sean McKeel. Ben. I don't know if Ben Hogan would math, but he's
Hogan or Payne Stewart. Payne Stewart.
Payne Stewart.
We're ready.
You're there. OK, we're going to stop the clock with ample time still on it. Good stuff. Now, this could be very exciting. I now need your 3 answers. What are you going to give me?
We're going to go for women who have won a career Grand Slam. We're going to say Doris Hart.
Doris Hart.
For PGA Championship winners.
Sean McKeel.
Sean McKeel.
And Payne Stewart.
And Payne Stewart. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
The tennis player, I would have thought.
Doris Hart.
Doris Hart. We'll put Doris Hart last. And which is your least likely to be pointless? OK, let's put those answers up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have got Payne Stewart, Sean McKeel and Doris Hart. Well, very, very best of luck. That fell pretty well for you. That was
yes, the golf certainly. And somebody's been swatting up on tennis, so that did help.
It's not my good one.
Well, listen, very, very best of luck. Your first answer, the one you thought was probably least likely to be pointless, was Payne Stewart. Now, if this is correct and it goes all the way down to 0, you will leave here with £9,000. What would you do with that, Stephen and Sarah?
Well, we're going on holiday to Florida to Disney World with our son in October, so it would go towards that.
OK, so first answer, Payne Stewart. For £9,000, let's find out, is Payne Stewart a winner of the US PGA? The answer is he is. Down he goes, through the 50s, through the 40s. If Payne Stewart takes us all the way down to 0, you leave here with £9,000. We're into single figures, it's still going down. Down it goes to 2. Down, yeah, you've done it! You've done it! That is brilliant. Very well done, you. That's fantastic. 9 grand. Brilliant. Good stuff. Well done, you. Oh, many, many congratulations. Payne Stewart is a pointless answer, which means you leave here with that jackpot of £9,000. Well done, you. Oh. What about that?
Well, sometimes the right category comes up for the right people at the right time. That's terrific. Yeah, Payne Stewart's a great answer. He's won a few majors, but he was a pointless answer. I'm going to go through some others in a minute. I'll tell you someone else who's a pointless answer, Sean McKeel. And just to prove it's not all Stephen, Sarah, Doris Hart was a pointless answer as well. 3 pointless answers happens very rarely. Of course, it means you win 27,000. It doesn't really. Just before I get in trouble, but it's absolutely brilliantly done. Very well done. I'm going to go through all the pointless answers and all the categories now because I know people at home play on all the different categories. But a perfect one for sports fans. Now, conquerors Muhammad Ali's only been beaten 5 times by different professionals. Larry Holmes and Trevor Berbick both would have been pointless answers. The other answers, Ken Norton would have scored you 1, Leon Spinks would have scored you 2, and Joe Frazier would have scored you 25. Now, the women who've won the career Grand Slam, there's only 3 of them. Doris Hart, there we go. Maureen Connolly won them all in the same year, and Shirley Fry-Irvin also was a pointless answer. There's a few other answers there. Margaret Court would have scored 2, Maria Sharapova 5, Chris Evert 7, Billie Jean King 9, Steffi Graf 18, Martina Navratilova 22, and Serena Williams 33. Those are the women who've done that. Now, PGA Championship winners, if you know your golf, and people at home do, there's a huge amount of pointless answers here. I'll give you a few of them first. Payne Stewart, there you go. Lee Trevino won it twice. Podrick Harrington is a pointless answer. Phil Mickelson, a pointless answer. So some big famous golfers out there. You could also have had David Toms, Hal Sutton, John Daly would have been a pointless answer. Well done if you said him. Keegan Bradley, who won it very recently. Lanny Watkins, Martin Keimer, the German, would have been a pointless answer. You could have had Nick Price. Paul Azinger would have been a pointless answer. Ray Floyd, Steve Elkington, and Yang, who you mentioned as well, he was also a pointless answer. You mentioned him in your 60 seconds. So I assume lots of people at home got some of those. Very well done if you did, but brilliant in the studio. That's terrific work. Lovely to see it go to such a lovely couple on a category that suited you perfectly.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, thanks once again to our winning players, Sarah and Stephen. Just fantastic. And 3, the perfect pointless final. And also each of you coming up with pointless answers. Absolutely fantastic. Stephen and Sarah leave with our jackpot today, £9,000. Very, very well done indeed. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.